Today I'm getting my hair cut. It's really disgusting and raining outside, so never the best day to do something to your hair. Anyway, this is my favourite eyebrow pen at the moment. It is called Epic Brow by Bodyography, and it is amazing. It's a double-ended brow pen, and this is the liner side. This is the lighter colour. I think it's like ash or light brown. I can't remember the shade name. And I sort of fill in with this if I want just like a softer brow that day, and I'll sort of just do those strokes. You can see them developing, and then I'll use the darker shade to create contrast. So I've got this hair appointment with the Hair Bros. I was recommended them by hundreds of people, literally, on my IG when I asked for a recommendation in London. They're just off the King's Road, and their Instagram is just full of gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful haircuts. Anyway, I'm sort of like hesitant to cut my hair too much because I feel like there might be a small part of me that's ready to grow out my bob. Yeah. This is the darker shade now. I'm just adding dimension. And I do have a little bit of sort of a greasy face cream on my face because I'm feeling a bit parched. It's that famous one in a green tube. If you know, you know. And typically if you have too much gloss or sort of shiny products on your face near your eyebrows, your eyebrow product might not transfer as quick. So I would definitely suggest to do your eyebrows before skincare, unlike what I'm doing today. Okay, I'm going to start my face with a lip, just because sometimes if I don't know what I want to do that day, I just start with something, anything. And then I pick up the next product that feels right, which is going to be a bronzer. Simi Haze, obsessed with this. I typically don't like play by the rules with makeup. I do sometimes have a formula that I follow, but like sometimes when I'm just not sure what it is that I want to do, I don't really plan, because then when you don't plan, you play, and through play is where you really learn. Okay, so I'm just using a little bit of the Simi Haze cream bronzer in Oak, just under that sort of cheekbone right there, and then just blending it up into the face and into the cheek. I might sort of cut that a little bit with my fingertip or concealer, but if you can erase it before you put concealer over something, it will always look better. It's always good to start with a little bit of product and basically just add more if you need it. It's easier to add than it is to take away. Always remember that. I have to say, I'm really enjoying using TikTok. I feel like I obviously have a larger community over on Instagram, but I like the fact that here it's a little bit less, I don't know, what's the word? It's a little bit more, it's a little bit less sort of, I care a bit less about what I post. I just sort of do my routine and I feel like a tip pops into my head and then I want to share it. Whereas Instagram, I feel like a bit more curated with the type of content that I share, which can sometimes feel stifling. I desperately need to buy a pencil sharpener. This is Bronzell from Lancome. And I do find my makeup often looks a little crappy before it looks really good, especially when I do a lot of the steps that I think most people would do after foundation. I do them before. And when I say foundation, I also mean concealer, because they are interchangeable in my opinion. This is a little scooped out pot of my lip and cheek that is coming in summer of 2024 for KJH brand. And it's gorgeous, and it's like a powdery sort of stick you can use on the lips and the cheeks. I've already done something on my lip and it's shiny, so I'm not going to go over with the powder, actually with the powder sort of cream. Actually, I think I should, so that you can see what it does. It actually gets more intense when you put it on over cream, but sometimes you might not want that, right? Okay, so this is my favorite part, and I'm going to do this part as unedited and unpausing as I can. I do concealer in all of the areas where I feel like I just want contrast and coverage. Okay, so kind of there first to start with, and then I pick up a brush, number 8 KJH Spectrum, and then sort of start to spread that around and sort of blend it in. And with that, you'll find that you feel like you don't look like you have a mask-like amount of foundation on your face, that therefore starts to not look natural. That said, there's nothing wrong with looking unnatural, and natural to everyone is different. So, you know, everybody, this is my natural. This might be other people's heavy. And like a double wear Estee Lauder might be many people's every day. And so I like doing this because it allows for me to sort of really control how much concealer or coverage I have on, or foundation, through just this simple step of doing my concealer after the fact. and it allows for me to really blend and blur all of those other details from the blush, the bronzer, and so on and so forth, in a sort of more finite, kind of tailored way. And then this brush, and what's in this brush is that perfect amount for down the side of the nose. Do you see? Okay. Going back in with my lip liner. I don't really love this colour combo on my lip, so I might tweak it a little, but who knows? We'll see. I literally can see the rain on the balcony outside the hotel, and it's making me be... So I'm going to boost my blush just a little with the number 2 brush from KJH Spectrum and apply a little bit more. This is like a powdery cream stick. However, when you get it wet with Hypershine Serum or just from emollients that might already be on your face, it will actually transfer more as it sort of whips up the formula and makes it more opaque. It is really beautiful, and I can't wait for you all to try it soon. I'm going to move on to a bit of mascara. This is Tower 28 Make Waves in a mini form, and it's one of my favorites because you can literally just do a simple natural look, or you can go bold. It also comes in brown. Now, to keep everything in place, I'm going to use the Simi Haze powder. This is called Soft Blur Moisture Lock Setting Powder, and it's a colourless. I'm going to use that everywhere where I sort of put my concealer. You could also use it to sort of cut a little bit more under where you sort of did your bronzer. But I'm not going to use it too much at the perimeter of my head or over the bronzers, just over the concealer areas. I'm going to go over those beauty marks because I just want to show you that when you do your powder as your sort of second to last step, and then you do your beauty marks with your freckle pen, if you do that thing. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I have this small little brush from Makeup Forever here, and I just need to go right in there with a little bit more powder in a precise way, because that big brush wasn't really getting as close as I needed it to. Okay, this is why small brushes are kind of superior. They allow you to have ultimate control. Okay, now on to the last step. I'm going to leave my eyelids a little bit sheeny. I quite like it. I'm going to do is freckles with the Rudy Berry freckle pen. If you can get your hands on one of these, I would. Oh, that's not a freckle. And then I just sort of tap in so that there's not like a mark from where the pen imprinted on the skin. And then I'll just sort of blend them in. My freckles come out so much in the summer. I've had freckles since I was a kid, and when I am in the sun, all of those appear really intense. I like it when my freckles come out. That is even when I wear SPF, obviously. This is a lab sample that I have from a Japanese lab, and I'm really gonna look at developing this year because it's a new kind of concept, I think. Okay, do the other side. It's sort of sheer, but you can layer it. It's really, really cool. That's all I'm going to say on that for now because, you know, I want to be first. Anyway, that's it. I'll be back after. Have a great day.